as I was saying, so I got back from New York a couple weeks ago. Great trip. It was pretty late, almost close to midnight, right? I walk upstairs and I said hi to Francine, and I don't know where Tommy was, but basically I walk upstairs and it's oddly dark, right? The lights were off. I figure, maybe everyone else went to bed, Frank. So as I'm coming up the stairs, I noticed something walk into Frank's room and the door closed. But it's very uncharacteristic because, Frank usually turns on all the lights. He's very, we know our Frank, he's very afraid of the dark. So anyway, so I was like, yeah, okay. So he didn't, just walked in his room, didn't say anything, lights off. I think nothing of it. I go to my room, I unpack, I start kind of preparing for the next day. And I did close my door because I typically do, as I do, and I hear footsteps. I hear the typical loud Frank thudding, right? Boom, boom, boom. That's how I know Frank's home. And I hear him walk up to his door, and he opens it, turns on the light, closes it, and I'm like, wait a minute. I thought Frank just walked into his room.
You motherfucker. That's not true. Don't even tell me that shit.
Amazing.
Damn it. Don't tell me.
That's amazing.
What's good, y'all? How's that? If you guys aren't aware, we have a special guest, although not really a guest because this guy's been here the whole time. He actually runs the whole operation. So calling him a guest is a little bit insulting in a way.
We've just given him a voice, that's all.
Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself, omniscient tech guy.
Yeah, so I've been behind the scenes this whole time, and I'm just so eager to join in because I hear you guys talk about things like I want to add my point of view, but I have to hold back. But
Brandon's actually sweating every time we do a pod just because he wants to chime in, but then he's like I got a mic, right? So then he's like straining, right? Because he wants to talk so badly,
incriminating stories on everyone. So I just
and also he's got dirt on all of us. So,
but most importantly, it's the first week of October. This is when life for me gets real exciting.
Dude.
Oh yeah.
In life for me gets terrible.
Yeah,
it's
best
so
number.
good for
Why?
life.
It's a fucking.
You don't like Halloween?
Oh, I mean, I like the bare minimum Halloween. I don't like their Halloween.
What you mean? Wait. What you mean their Halloween?
Dude, we scare the shit out of
Dude,
Frank, dude. We plot.
Every day it's like, Frank, you want to watch a horror movie? Frank, you want to watch a horror movie? And I'm like, no. And then finally, the one day I do say yes, Brandon's like, okay, turn off all the lights. We watch in silence, watch in darkness. Brandon do some creepy ass shit on the couch, like writhing around there while watching the movie. The minute the movie's over, he's like, all right, I'm gonna head out. He like runs on all fours away, scurries in the dark,
Okay,
doesn't
not
turn on
on
any
all
lights,
fours, but okay.
runs upstairs to go hide somewhere, and then I gotta spend the next 45 minutes gently poking around the entire house trying to look for him before he scares me.
The thing is that he doesn't actually scare Frank. It's all the buildup. It's the buildup that scares Frank the most.
Yeah. Well, can I get some highlights from last year? Because what happens is I'm hiding, so I don't actually see Frank's expressions,
Right.
his reactions. So, but first-hand witness right here. So.
Oh yeah, no. Okay, so I don't know if you've been upstairs, but he'll go upstairs and he'll like turn on all the lights, obviously, and then he'll open up the door to the laundry room. That's like place number 1, right? Because that's like before his room.
Oh,
and
well,
then
no, before all that, though, Brandon runs upstairs and he closes every single
That's
door
right,
in the
that's right.
entire fucking house. So I go up there and it's like a fucking, like a fucking, what do you call it? Like a haunted mansion kind of thing. You know? Like a
haunted
fun
is
house.
haunted escape room basically.
Wait, I just thought of a way. Like, okay. So here's the thing. Well, now that I say it, maybe it's gonna.
Are you helping him?
No.
Whose side are you?
I'm trying to help you. So now that you know about this, what if you just check your room first? And if he's not there, then just stay in your room. Brandon's just like waiting in a closet somewhere.
No, dude, the thing
for
is,
like 3 days. And then
no. Dude, the thing is, Brandon doesn't have that. He doesn't have the patience. Okay, so if you tell Frank to run into his room, now Brandon is just gonna run under his bed, hide there. And,
right,
and then,
but now you're expecting it, right? Because like now you can do the thing where it's like the equivalent of when you turn off the lights in the basement and you sprint up the stairs. Now, if Brandon's catching on, he's like, I'm gonna be under the bed. You just run into your room screaming, like checking your closet, under the bed, under the desk, and then you're just like, ah! And then when he's not there, you just close the door. And now you're immune.
You see, I mean,
Why are you checking everything but the one sanctuary that you have?
you know, fear does a lot to the brain. I kind of understand why horror movie protagonists are so stupid now. When they're also, the laundry room is right before my room, so I have to check that. I mean,
True.
he's gonna hear my walking, my
well,
thudding.
the thing is too is that like Brandon is unpredictable. There's
Oh,
like
yeah.
he could be one place one time,
And he's
he could be
small
another.
and crafty.
Oh yeah, that's
He could be
true.
on like the ceiling for all I know. I don't know.
See,
The lights are
exactly.
off.
Is he Ratatouille?
Brandon Toohey.
I'm very goal oriented. I will do what it takes
Exactly.
to scare Frank.
Very creative man.
Well, I mean, now I just revealed my what I would do for my course of action.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks. Now Brandon's gonna be he's gonna be like, all right, I'll just be in his bed this time instead of under the bed.
Well, I mean, I've had 11 months to think about what I'm gonna do next. I mean, I've set up plan C, D, F. It's all there. So
No, yeah.
stay posted.
It's a stressful.
Okay, is it the psychological aspect of those horror movies that you don't like, or is it just jump scares that you don't
Let's break Frank
Jump
down right
scares.
now.
Oh,
Exactly. That's why
Just
we
jump
love
scares.
jump scaring him. I jump scare him throughout the whole year. It's amazing.
Dude, it's terrible. My heart.
No, literally,
Fucking-
I won't even try. I go up the stairs and I like also walk in the dark too because I'm like my bedroom's right there. So I'm just gonna walk up in the dark and I'm like checking my phone and literally as I stop checking my phone at the top of the stairs and like turn to go into my room, Frank like walks out at the perfect timing and he scares the shit out of himself because he sees like a dark figure.
You did that.
But I didn't do anything. Okay, I'm just there.
what is with y'all just constantly walking through this house in the dark? Like,
I don't
feel like I
know.
feel like there's a very simple solution to all of this, and it's on most of the walls in this house in a little like 5-inch panel with
Dude,
a switch.
if it were up to me, every light in this house would be on all the time.
That's
But
wasteful.
Oh, but at least I wouldn't be scared.
You know, okay, that brings up an interesting thing. Did you know, and I don't know how true this is, and I don't know if my memory is serving me correctly. I heard this a while ago, but I heard that if you leave a light on for less than 15 minutes, it actually technically uses more power to essentially turn it off and on again within like a 15-minute period. So what?
Oh, really?
So for example, like you know how when you leave the house and it's like, oh, turn off all the lights before you like leave the house, right? Because it's wasteful. But if you're gonna be gone for less than 15 minutes, it's actually better to leave the lights on.
I mean, yeah, I have no idea about that. I would like to check that out.
that's what it probably makes like.
I'm
if
sure
you look at
Frank loves to hear that.
I think it was actually like an hour. I think the time limit was an hour.
I think it was actually when you leave them on all the time. When you turn off the lights and turn them back on, it like spikes your power bill. So it's like
Yeah. We better leave them on forever.
I've actually been curious on like all the appliances that are just constantly hooked up. Besides maybe like the fridge, because that has to be constantly like how much of a difference if you just constantly unplugged everything that you're not currently using Like, how much of a difference would that make on your power bill?
I
You
bet
know-
it would make a difference. Sorry,
Yeah.
go
Now that
for
you
it.
point this out, fridges, Frank.
What?
What?
Let's say it's
Alliteration.
Frank the Tank.
That's right. Yeah.
Fridge tank Frank. Got it. So
Is this haiku hour? I didn't bring mine. I'm sorry.
yes, our minds must stay sharp. Anyways, Frank, it's encroaching 1 a.m. You're thirsty. You really want to get some water, so you go downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
You turn the lights on as you go, as you normally do,
Of course.
whatever.
Yeah.
And as you walk downstairs and you turn the corner, about to hit the light switch, but at the fridge, you see a dark silhouette. And, your eyes play tricks on you when you transition from light to dark to light, whatever. You see things. But this one looks a little too familiar. The silhouette of a person is very... It stands out. And as you turn on the light, it disappears. Do you tell us? Do you believe in such a thing?
Do you unplug the fridge?
What?
Do you unplug the fridge and spoil all the food?
Do I tell you? I guess.
But why
but like-
wouldn't you?
Yeah, but like, well, I mean,
Would you think it was a ghost, or was it just like, I'm tired, it's 1 a.m.?
yeah, exactly. That'd be the only reason stopping me from even saying anything, because I'd be like, oh, I saw a silhouette last night, and then I was like, oh, okay, well, I mean, is it a ghost or what?
That's the
happened?
wrong answer. It actually was a ghost, and we all died. And I will haunt you for the rest of your life.
I'm
So-
dead too.
No, but the thing is like I wouldn't have told y'all because I see shit all the time, and before I got LASIK, like my eyesight wasn't great either. So I would like do double takes all the time, like everywhere I look, and I'd be like, oh, like that's not a shadow, that's just like the plant's shadow. That's not like a shadow of a human. So okay, I panicked for no reason.
These wizard eyes of mine see everything.
Exactly. So now that I have LASIK and I saw something, to be honest, I don't think I would tell y'all anyway, unless
You hear this? This is ridiculous. Neil, this is ridiculous. What do I live in? You must stay vigilant.
unless
is
it was
absurd.
actually like crazy, like something from the cabinets of curiosity or whatever. If it looked crazy, then yeah, okay, I would say something. But if it just looked like a person, I might just be like, yo, what's up, girly? Like, how you doing?
Yeah.
You know?
No, I'll tell you what. If something happened like Poltergeist or something like that, like the beginning of Poltergeist, where like it was undeniable,
Yeah.
like something happened, like say I saw like the figure, I turn on the lights, and then suddenly all the cabinets in the entire house fling open. I'd be like,
You're crazy, yeah. I
I'm
understand.
crazy.
No.
I'm telling
I'm
everybody.
sorry, I don't know if anyone else heard this, but the first time you said it, it sounded like Poultrygeist.
That did,
and then,
yeah.
And then I was like,
Poltergeist.
I was about to laugh, but I was like, no, it's Poltergeist. And then he said it again, and it sounded like Poultrygeist again.
Poltergeist. Yeah, the chicken the ghost of the chicken that haunts the family.
That raw chicken. Ew. Salmonella
Don't let
everywhere.
it go bad.
Yeah, just spews salmonella.
Oh,
That would be a nightmare for sure.
You know, going back to your thing, if you saw some, that's something that like I've sort of, whenever I don't have my contacts in, I can't see anything past like a foot in front of me. Everything is just like blurry. I literally cannot distinguish anything. Like if I was in an unfamiliar area, I literally would not be able to tell what's around me. But then in a weird way, it's comforting because I'm like, well, if something jumps me, I would have never seen it coming anyway. It's just like
100.
shapes and like fuzzy things, and then I'm dead. So I guess I'm just fine.
lots of pain.
like it's almost like as if I just have a bubble around my head, and like anything that I can't see, I'm like, well, I can't do anything about that.
So what I'm hearing is I'm going to survive. Y'all going to die.
Do you have
You're gonna-
20/20 vision?
I have 2015.
He has 2015.
What's 20? Is that even better?
Yes.
I mean, I would...
I thought 20/20 was perfect.
It is like 20/20 means that you can see like 20 feet in front of you really clearly. So
Oh,
away
okay.
from you or whatever.
He's more than perfect.
I was gonna say, is it like, can you like see partially through walls if you're like
Okay, not that perfect. He's not a
If the
mutant.
walls are within 15 feet, yes. I don't know. From my eye doctor told me way back, he said it was actually normal. So
2015 is normal?
for my age, yeah, and just it's not like it's not
certainly
like
not normal
I'm not
for
the
me.
1%.
I am.
I actually believe that, because if like 2020 is perfect, and like, I mean, like perfect is not the norm, right? It's never the norm. Average is the norm. So it makes sense if 2015 was the.
I'm like 20, like 6,000 or something like.
Yeah,
Same.
you're skewing results for sure. On there, but I'm my eyes aren't that bad either, so I think I'm probably in Brandon's boat.
Does anyone like? I mean, I'm sure it sort of factors into it, but is vision degradation like that? Is it mostly genetic? Does anyone know, or are there actual factors that like? Because I always thought, well, according to my mom, she was like, it's because you play too many video games. That's why your vision's
That's
so-
not it for sure.
Yeah,
I mean, if you just stare at a screen, maybe, but
I stare at the screen all the time.
I was gonna say,
I
but,
play video
like,
games like a motherfucker. Man.
it's almost as if staring at a screen has made Brandon's vision better. Like,
And like, so everyone in my family has glasses, and I'm talking like extended family wears glasses.
literally
Look, man.
everyone but you.
Everybody but me. I mean, my dad doesn't wear glasses during the day, but he does at night when he drives. He's supposed to, because
So his vision degrades, but only temporarily during the day.
well, I think probably with age.
yeah.
with age, yeah, he didn't used to, but now he does.
Well, damn. At this point, when I reach,
I mean,
60,
like, yeah, like maybe I think one of my cousins doesn't wear glasses, but like I think everybody else pretty much, yeah.
So, oh wow, so you're the outlier. You're the genetic phenom.
And yet I do everything that I'm supposed to. I read in the dark, etc. But
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, on one hand, it feels good to be like, yeah, no, I can keep playing games, Mom. I don't need. But then on the other hand, it's like, oh fuck, I was just fucked from the start. Like, there was nothing that I could have done to prevent this.
Yeah, I don't know what it does, because both my parents didn't have glasses growing up. They both had like perfect vision, and then all four of the kids had glasses. And now my mom wears glasses too, because of just old
I was
age and
gonna
whatnot,
say, when you said both your parents, like I've only ever seen your mom with glasses, but
Yeah.
then you're like growing up. I was like, oh, okay, it's probably just age.
but yeah, I mean, she never wore glasses growing up. Didn't need to.
Have you mentioned that you got LASIK before, Francine?
Yeah, just this year I got LASIK.
Oh, okay. Worth?
Oh, 100%. Like it
How-
literally changed my life.
How much? Well, I guess like, did you? I'm assuming you had like vision insurance or something to.
No, I paid everything out of pocket. It
Oh,
doesn't
how much
cover
is it? Just default. Like,
default.
Just a simple redacted.
It's like
default's
it's like 2 something each eye. So total is like 45K. Or 4,500. Sorry. 4,500. 4,500.
Redacted.
I was about to.
That's a typical Francine thing
I
to
would
do.
have
I'm
needed to
sorry.
get both vision and fucking like heart surgery because I was about to go to fucking cardiac arrest. I was like,
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Better start saving.
still though, 4,500. That's like, that's kind of funny that you can just get one eye.
You can, yeah.
Like someone's like, no, the other one I'm just gonna like just like have one closed like the entire time.
I'll be a pirate.
The thing is like if one eye is like significantly worse than the other for whatever reason, they can try to match it. So that's like what the T is.
Oh,
you know,
okay.
with having
you
it
have-
separately.
If you have the astigmatism, that's what
Sure.
that's what that is, right?
Well, astigmatism is when your like eye shape is a little oblonged or something like that. It's like weird.
Oh.
So it makes your vision fuzzy or whatever.
I've never actually known what that is. Like whenever I go in, and then my not dentist.
No wonder you never knew what it was.
They're like, you got astigmatism back there. I'm like, okay. Whenever my optometrist is like, well, you don't have an astigmatism or anything, I'm like, That's cool.
But yeah, let me back up really quick. Astigmatism isn't oblong. That's like nearsightedness. It's like when there's like a little bump. So like there's like an irregularity to the shape of your eye because you're like looking down all the time or whatever. So then like at that point where you're looking down, it like bubbles up for whatever reason. So that's like
Oh.
it's like a weird thing. So that's what
God.
yeah.
That's what it is?
Yes.
I was happy just knowing it was like a fucked up eye or something like that. I don't want to know the details.
Well, I mean, it is a fucked up eye.
oh yeah. No,
I mean,
point stands,
astigmatism is very, very, it's not rare. Like, a lot of people have it.
yeah.
You probably have it right now, Frank.
Exactly.
You probably have
Because-
5
No,
astigmatism.
because the thing is like, yeah, you lay down on your bed and you look at your laptop like this. I'm sure you have some sort of astigmatism, like right there.
Oh God. Oh God, I'm suddenly very conscious of the fact that I have a bumpy eyes.
Frank's now gonna lay, and then his arm is gonna be like up, and it just like looks like to overcompensate. He just looks the complete other direction.
Oh God.
No,
Is,
so
is
you
that
want
why
to
my eyes hurt every once in a while?
maybe.
Because the bumps are. Oh.
You have eyes on the inside.
You've given me another thing to fear in the month of October. Thank you.
No, what the thing? When was the last time you went to the eye doctor?
It's been a while. It's been a
Well, you can go to them and they will tell you if you have astigmatism or not. It's very easy to see.
I don't know if I want to know.
He's gonna ask. He's like, "Do I have an astigmatism?" They're like, "An? Oh, oh."
Buddy, I can't find a normal part of your eye. It's all astigmatism to me.
Let's turn into some bloodborne shit. Very appropriate since it's spooky month.
Oh yeah.
But you got after you're part of the 2015 club though.
That's right. My
She's,
vision is technically 2015.
She's a 15er as well.
Wow.
So it's like better than the normal, and it's crazy.
I guess like how is it right after? What's like the process like when you get it, like right after recovery time sort of thing?
It is actually kind of intense, and I would like disclaimer, like if you're weird about your eyes or have like weird eye things, like that's something to consider because it is like a whole thing. But during the procedure, they like give you like numbing eye drops, I think, and then they cut your cornea.
Oh.
And so when they cut your cornea, before even all that happens, they put suctions on your eyes. So you cannot blink. Even if you wanted to blink, you cannot because you just shouldn't, period.
Dude, this sounds like a horror movie. I'm never.
I was
I'm
gonna
never
say
getting
this does sound like a saw trap of something.
This sounds so scary.
I mean, honestly, so when you got back, I noticed you had blinders on or whatever,
Yes.
right?
That's very funny.
But your sense of time was incredible. Like we'd ask her, we would ask her like, hey, how much time has passed since whenever we last asked, and she'd be off by like 20, 30 minutes. It wasn't that bad. Like,
No, it wasn't, dude. He's trolling. Okay, because I was like I took a nap. Apparently, I didn't know I took a nap. I thought 20 or 30 minutes has passed, and Tommy and Brandon were talking to me, and I was blind. Okay, I cannot open my eyes. And they were like, so Francine, how long has time passed, do you think? And I was like 20, 30 minutes, maybe 15. I don't know. It could be like 7:30 p.m. And they're like, oh yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. And then we talked for some more. And I think like, oh yeah, maybe another 30 minutes go by. So it's like, yeah, maybe now it's like 8 o'clock. No, it's like 9:45. Okay, I'm so fucking off. I'm like, oh no. And then I was like, what?
It was so funny. They were trolling her so hard. Yeah, 15 minutes.
No, and then yeah, and then Tommy's like, "Are you hungry?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm pretty hungry. We can eat dinner now." And he was like, "Yeah, that's good. So you want some dicks?" And I was like, "What? Dicks?" And he's like, "Yeah, that's the only thing open right now." And I'm like, "What the hell?" Jesus Christ. Okay, yes, let's get some dicks.
2 a.m.
So yeah, that's a great time to if Frank ever gets it, if he ever needs. I don't think you need it, right? If let's say
Basic.
something happened to Frank where he couldn't see,
What,
that would be the perfect window opportunity.
Yes,
I would
just
have used
roll.
that for sure.
I'm staying at my parents' house if I get lazy.
You're having your mom pick you up.
Mom, I can't go home. It's not safe there.
How long are you like out of commission for?
It should be like It depends on the person, I think, because my sister was
16
out
weeks.
for when she got the procedure 24 hours afterwards, and then she went back to work that Monday. So she but that's like what the doctor usually recommends is like you get it on a Thursday or Friday. Take 24 hours off. You can't like look at anything screen wise, and you should very limited, like open your eyes and like staring at things. And then after those 24 hours, you can like try to test it out, like looking at your phone and stuff and seeing if there's like any strain. But then after like the 48-hour mark, you should be good to go.
Oh, wow.
So yeah.
Are you? Oh, so you're just like expected to sort of like keep your eyes closed like a lot of the time?
Yeah.
Is that like? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Keep your eyes kind of closed and like very, like you can read a book or something, doing everything pretty analog.
Okay. Oh. Wow. Maybe I should get.
Yeah, we take down all the digital clocks. Cover
No.
the microwave.
The lights, the lights will blind you, so we have to turn off all the lights.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's
you can't turn the
true.
lights on.
Like
All the lights in the house were turned off permanently. Tommy put tape on everything.
no, that's true. Like my eyes were
No, I'm
very
just kidding.
sensitive to the light, so I was wearing some shades throughout the day, and then also when you go to sleep, you need to wear like some goggles because you do not want anything touching your eye or like eye area.
Yeah. Damn.
And you can't get any water in your eye either because that would irritate it.
But there's already water in your eyes.
No, yeah.
Anymore.
So I tried to wear some goggles, but that kind of irritated it a little bit. So I just was very careful of not to touch my eye or whatever. And you cannot rub your eyes at all.
Damn, that sucks because I'm a side sleeper. So then that means that like one eye is just constantly like touching the pillow, and like I would be fucked.
No, that's why when you go to sleep, you wear like these goggles. You wear maybe some like not Cyclone, but what's his name? Oh, Cyclops. You know Cyclops from
Cyclone.
from X-Men. Like literally, that's like the type of goggle I had on.
Dude,
at
he's
night.
my favorite X-Man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
get LASIK right now. I want to be Cyclops.
Yeah.
So Doc, when do I get to shoot laser eyes out of my eyes?
So yeah, that's why I say it's like a huge deal. It's not like anything like whimsical and like super like easy, but
But it's worth it.
it's 110% worth it.
And it's especially worth it because it's a good time of the month because we just got this banging ass TV.
That's right.
You can check this out. We got, what is it? Thursday, 2 days ago.
Yes.
Sweet
2 days ago.
new OLED 4K, which makes this month even more special
It is really
because
big,
we
yeah.
can. Because every year during October we watch scary movies every weekend,
That's right.
and they're just gonna hit even harder this year. So then with LASIK, she can.
Do you guys plan it in advance which movie you're gonna watch, or is it kind of
we
like
ha-
off the
we
cuff?
have been this year. We didn't. It kind of snuck up on us. We've kind of been all doing our own thing. I do have movies just in the back of my mind that I've been wanting to watch. Frank thinks he's gonna get out of it this year. You're not getting out of it this year.
No.
You think I forgot?
Hey,
I thought about this like months ago. Okay, I'm prepared. We're not getting out of this. So when you come back home,
I mean,
Just,
you guys
expect
know
that.
what's coming out, right? Like the movie of the century, Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh man. I don't know about that one.
Yo,
I literally have not seen anything about that movie because I just refuse to believe that it's real.
it's got that one actor in it,
Josh. Yeah.
Yeah,
Josh
just
Hutcherson.
Josh.
Josh Hutchinson. Yeah,
PETA.
yeah, Peta boy.
pita bread.
It's kind of, isn't it kind of insane though? Just like how big Five Nights at Freddy's got. The dude who made it probably made it for like $50.
Oh yeah, he was balling on a budget. I'm just shocked it took them this long to make a movie.
Oh really? Well,
I feel like the height was back in high school. Height of the
I
popularity.
guess yeah.
Why make a movie now?
I think it's one of those things because it was like things that get popular on the internet. Hollywood doesn't really, think that it's like
yeah.
it doesn't take it seriously, right? So then after I think just because it's sort of stood the test of time to an extent, because it's not just like it was like the it's like the most popular thing, and then nobody talks about it. Like people still talk. It's still sort of culturally relevant, right? To the point where it's like seeped into sort of mainstream.
Is it though? Like I don't
I-
hear any kiddos. Like I have like young cousins, and they're not talking about Five Nights at Freddy's.
Maybe it's like it's one of those things where it's just been because most things that at least from my observation, it's like even if they're super popular on the internet, people sort of forget about them in a week. But then this one has like, you know, the whole FNAF space has sort of existed still, even if it's like, you know, if it's not relevant in the sense of like traditional media, people it's still like memes and stuff that sort of keep it
I see.
in that, like I still see memes about it.
Gotcha.
Yeah, maybe that's the case.
We do kind of like weak in correlation to intensity. So that I don't know. Five Nights at Freddy's seemed kind of like a week 1 movie. So maybe we can watch it.
Right.
Yeah.
Get it out of the way because we haven't seen Boogeyman yet.
Ooh, I want to see some Boogeyman.
Oh, is it the Stephen King?
It's on
H Max.
one of them. It's on one of them. We're
Hulu.
gonna watch it.
That's the Stephen King and the Stranger Things producers, right?
Oh yeah.
Is it new?
I did kind of want to see that one actually.
Yeah.
New?
There we go.
Last year, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't hear anything about this.
I thought it came out this year. It came out in like April. So
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you're right.
like during a weird
I
time.
think you're right. Yeah, it came out during like a springtime or something like that.
Is it just a name, or is it about the actual Boogeyman legend?
I'm not sure, but Stephen King wrote it, and then the Stranger Things guys produced it. So, I mean, I had high hopes for it. The trailer looked decently scary / interesting enough.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything about it. Maybe
Yeah.
I'll look it up.
I mean, if I'm gonna watch a horror movie, I prefer it to be like a monster movie. So,
Monsters.
You know, honestly, I don't know if anyone's even heard of this. I think it came out in like 2017. It's one of those small releases that I just like really like, just because of it's got that indie feel, but it's not shitty. It's called The Void. If you guys like, well, Frank doesn't, but if you guys
they'll probably make me watch it anyways. Don't worry.
no, it's not supposed to be a horror movie though. It's more thriller and like more. I think it actually takes a fair bit of inspiration from like Lovecraftian stuff. So it's like it's body horror in that way. It's more like cosmic sort of. There is like a beastly monster thing that's like gross and, you know, whatever, but I think it's really, really good for what it is. Honestly, like I would probably check that out if you guys don't have any other proprietary, I don't know if I'm using that word right, movies that you're watching. Like that's a great one that like
For sure.
nobody else that I've known has watched it. Like
I'm
Gotcha.
down.
Yeah, no, yeah, for sure. I mean, there haven't been like new. It's kind of disappointing lately. There haven't been like the new scary movies. Like they're not that good. Like
I mean,
maybe,
it's usually just a bunch of trash. Honestly,
Actually, there are two movies that have been fairly new that are maybe my favorite
Mhm.
in terms of like monster-ish movies, and that's Barbarian, The Barbarian.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
That one's really good.
Oh, that's good.
And then the other one is it's not Maleficent, Malignant.
Close. Different. Like one's more of like a for kids. But
yeah.
I mean, she could be a monster depending on how you look at it.
Depending on who's writing the story, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
No, but Malignant was fun because I saw that on the plane. And I was freaking
that
out.
was different too. It's a little bit
Yeah, that was that's like
wow factor.
Yeah.
ultimate B movie in modern day.
Right.
But I thought it was pretty enjoyable to watch, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
You know the movie, Neil?
So
Malignant?
I know that like the title, it's like, yes, like I know that this is a movie, but I didn't watch it, and I don't think I really looked up anything about it. I keep getting it, like I keep imagining what was the last one that I saw? I keep thinking the title was like a scary movie. But it's like it was one of those things where it was equal parts, you know, bloody horror stuff, but it was also trying to be a parody. But it was really bad. So it tried to be smart, but I just did not like it at all. I think it was what is? It was in like the same sort of aesthetic too as like Barbarian and stuff. It was very like red and black type of whatever, like with the title font. I'm gonna look that up. I'm gonna try to find it.
Sounds good.
So and so yeah, since the new stuff hasn't been like super great, we there's tons of movies that we haven't seen that have already come out, and we just see. We haven't even seen Signs yet, which is that was like one of the first ones I saw. Can't believe my parents let me watch that. Shout out to my parents.
Dude, I watched The Mummy.
That one shook
The
me up.
Mummy made me shit my pants.
Oh, we should watch The Mummy.
The Mummy would be good. Yeah,
Mummy's a good week one.
That's like
a good week
that's
one.
a week one.
Yeah,
though.
oh, yeah,
we
yeah.
can watch it tomorrow.
for sure.
Has everyone?
Definitely.
Well, I mean, it was like a super popular when it came out, but everyone's like seen The Mummy, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Several times. Yeah.
Brendan Fraser.
I think I remember actually watching it on like cable, like when I was younger, like in high school or something like that.
I think the first time that I watched it, I definitely did not watch that in theaters because
No.
my parents would not let me.
No way.
Like not in a million years.
Oh.
But I definitely watched it like on the TV. Yeah.
Right.
It came out in the 2000s, right?
100.
It's 2000s, yeah.
2000. Okay. Yeah.
It's got a very once you see it, you'll know instantly that it is 2000s
Yeah.
because it's in that weird moment in time where CG was like transitioning and it was really really bad even for like
Yeah.
those years.
Yeah. She was still like preemie CGI.
Yeah.
Trying to get her footing.
They had enough real
Or practical effects.
practical effects. Yeah, thank you. That it still holds up. I feel like today, but
Dude, I mean,
some of the CGI.
I mean, the CGI that scared the shit out of me was the
The
Beatles.
scarabs, yeah,
The
scarabs.
Beatles
Oh.
were.
That gave me nightmares.
I got
Oh.
nightmares of that one.
Oh,
dude.
That's horrifying.
that honestly, that's pretty good CGI. Actually, now that I think about it, because they used a lot of shadows, a lot of light, which is always very, very good for CGI and aging it.
I always was it the Mummy or the Scorpion King that has that
Scorpion
Ooh,
King.
the King, dude.
Scorpion King. I already know what you're talking about. Dwayne the Rock Johnson
The
pops
Rock.
in there like with his little like
because
eyebrow cocked.
doesn't he make an appearance, like a slight appearance in the Mummy as well?
He makes it in.
He's a bad guy.
Yeah, he's in like 2 or 3.
I think it's the second one because the third one.
I've actually never seen any other sequels other than the first one.
They're
but
connected,
Wow.
right?
Yeah.
Scorpion
Yeah, they
King?
are.
Yeah.
All of them. Yeah.
Couldn't tell you, but
It was
believe
I found it, by the way, that one. It's called A Classic Horror Story. Have you guys seen that? 2021.
no.
It sucks. It's
Amazing.
horrible.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why I was thinking. I was like, it's not called a scary movie. Like, what the fuck am I talking about?
Scary Movie 7.
Actually, a couple nights ago when we didn't have this TV, so it was like what, Wednesday or something. Francine and I were just chilling, and we're looking at. I was kind of browsing, kind of like scary movies that we could watch this month, and we came across one on HBO that I don't know about. I think it left a good impression on you, but it left. I'll say it left an impression on me. We maybe if everyone else can just look this up, but we might watch this after we do this pod. But it's Opal
by Jack.
Stauber. Well, here's the thing. Jack Stauber is a musician, so technically, as you
Oh
know.
Yeah.
Jack Stauber.
I was like Jack Stauber.
Yes.
The
Yes.
Sometime.
That's
Yes,
right.
yes.
Hey, that-
Yeah, he did a little
It did a little short,
film thing. Oh,
and it was on HBO. Can
and
you
he was in
believe
the
it?
horror section, and I'm like, we're checking this out.
No, yeah, and it was so
What?
good. It was 13 minutes of pure bliss until
It's
maybe
called.
the end.
Is it called like Opal something, right?
No, it's just called Opal.
Opal. Okay, yeah. Everyone check this out. Opal, Jack Stauber. So it's on YouTube. It's on HBO Max.
Yeah.
whatever you wanna use.
wait, did he?
It's just 15 minutes.
How was he?
Yeah.
How was he involved in it? Did he direct it?
No, yeah, I think he was like the writer, director, musician.
Yeah,
But I mean,
you
he
can-
had a
you
whole
can-
team too.
It was like very unexpected, but I was like, damn, okay.
Yeah.
Is
I messed with it.
is this claymation?
Yes, there's some claymation, some. It's like a whole a mosh podge of things. There's like 3D things that he does. You know, have you seen his like YouTube channel?
Jack Stauber
I've
is
only-
just so creative, man.
I've only ever seen the music video for the. I can't remember the name of it, but it's the. sometime.
Oh,
Yeah.
The really weird animation. It's like
Buttercup.
Yeah, Buttercup. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I've watched this show like 3 or 4 times this week, and I just like it's so I can't help but like hum the tunes and stuff. It's like we see you open.
Oh boy.
Oh god. Oh.
Oh.
Yes,
Those are
but
some big guys on these.
we'll check it out. We'll check it out after we do this. But one thing I wanted to walk back was, Frank, you said you like, scary movies with monsters, right? Why is that? Why not supernatural, etc.?
Oh yeah. Catholic Catholicism.
Oh, does this go back to his roots? Trauma? Childhood trauma?
Childhood trauma. Well,
Give us the tea.
I've always liked monsters more than ghosts and like demons and all that stuff. Honestly, just because.
Is it because you don't believe in the demons? It's like, you can't convince me.
I mean, not really. I mean,
I understand. Understood.
It's not quite the reason. I mean, I don't know. I find monsters more interesting because they're. I mean, at least in like literature and like movies and pop culture, like monsters always can be a very good symbol for something larger, like, and they don't always mean the same thing, of course. Like Frankenstein's monster is
So for you, it's more like is it more like the symbolism, or is it more just like the fantastical element, like the creativity of like what?
I would say both, honestly. Like when I was younger, it was definitely the fantastical element, and then as I got older and more highbrow, it was the symbolic nature of all the
I
monsters.
got more sophisticated and started drinking wine.
Dude, my favorite thing about ghosts though is that like they can embody real people. You know what I mean? Like,
I think that's what Frank hates.
Yeah, that's what I hate the most, actually.
because it's like, like as Brandon said, it's like, dude, if I die and it's your fault, I'm gonna fucking haunt your ass, bitch.
No, that's not my favorite. Yeah, no, that sucks.
I'm looking at like this list of horror movies, indie horror movies, and it's interesting because one of the movies listed is It Comes at Night. Haha on title, by the way. So many jokes when it came out.
It Comes at Night.
Have you guys seen that movie?
I've heard of it.
It sounds so familiar.
It's with shoot, what is his name? Joel fuck.
Not Olstein, right?
No. I was actually thinking that, but no, it's not Joel.
I think I have seen it. I think I saw it on a plane. 'Cause I was like, what is
Mikhail?
this?
No.
No.
Hold on.
That's isn't a comedian?
It was actually
Well, yeah, but
it was actually my favorite movie of that year.
I know who you're talking about. I know. I'm seeing his face.
It's written and directed by Trey Edward Schultz, who also did Krisha. Or Krisha was his like film debut, and Waves with the I'm forgetting all these names, but
oh, It Comes at Night. Yeah,
Yeah.
It's,
Joel Edgerton.
Yeah, okay. It's on like Netflix and shit.
It's an A24 film.
Isn't that a movie that's more like eerie than like jump scary?
So here's the thing. Like I think the marketing for it tries to market it as more of like a horror film because it's very much not that. I would say if you want to go into it, just read like the synopsis of what it's about because it's at its base it's a post-apocalyptic. It has been a while since the last time I watched it, but it's there's like a sickness, and I don't think it's like a zombie type of thing. It just like it's literally just like you get sick and you die type of thing. But there's a sickness, and then it like wipes out most of humanity. So then it focuses on this one family, and they run into another family. And so the whole movie is just about this, like the dynamic between these two families living in the same house, and just like, within a post-apocalyptic setting, context and everything. So it's more of like it's much more thriller / drama, with some horror elements mixed in. But as far as like, it was excellent. I think if you wanted to fit it into like your horror movie roster that you want to watch, I think it's great. Like it's just like a great movie. Like honestly.
Yeah, it could be like a week 2 thing for sure.
Yeah, we can.
I mean,
check
great
that
movie is
out.
always a plus. You don't get that very often with horror movies.
No.
So
The other thing too, it sort of it was this it was this year. But it sort of made a lot of waves because it was one of those things. It was kind of like a smaller scale version of what Paranormal Activity did in terms of like no budget, but it made a fuck ton of money. Skinamarink.
oh
Yeah, you guys heard of that? Yeah, that shit.
Yeah.
That shit looks intense.
It's like a film, like a, what is it called? A found footage kind of film, or
kind of. So it's much more abstract. It's not supposed to be as if like there's literally a guy recording stuff and you can tell that it's like a dude recording stuff. It's like it's very much in that style, but I don't think it's supposed to be a quote found footage film. It's really really abstract. But I think the base of it is there's 2 kids in a house, and there's some sort of like haunting type thing going on, but that's not even like fully accurate. It's very very open-ended from what I've seen of it, and it just like it just, I mean, it was for like no budget, right? But I think it made at least a few million because there was this like one, I think it was on this it's called like Shudder, I believe. It's a streaming service, but for just horror movies. And it made like, you know, a lot of like the I call them like midnight YouTubers. They just like they just make long videos on like creepy shit or, you know, creepy pasta type stuff. It sort of, I think that's where it got a lot of its popularity, or like it sort of made the rounds, right? But I really want to watch that.
I have heard about it, and I've seen like some like trailers for it.
You definitely, I think, would, just from what I've seen on it. I don't think you would. I don't think it's. But then I shouldn't say that, because now these guys are going to be like, let's watch it.
It's now solidified on the list. Thank you, Neil.
yeah. And you know, we haven't. I do want to have like a little list started so we can kind of track it. So yeah, we'll have insert, maybe even next week we'll start mentioning like, hey, this is what we're gonna watch this week, etc. So yeah, it'd be cool to get together and kind of discuss, you know, what movies we want to watch. Because
sure.
you know the movies that because the whole point is I like scary movies that, you know, it's kind of interesting. Opposite of Frank, like the monster movies don't really scare me. I mean, they're not. It's not that they're not cool. They're cool, but they don't scare me because, you know, I'm all about the creepy possession, supernatural.
See, you say it's not like me. No, but that's exactly like me. See, I like them because they don't scare me. You like them. You hate them because they don't scare you.
When you
Gotcha.
say possession, is it more like leaning towards Exorcist or Poltergeist for you?
I mean, but they're both fine. They're both cool in their own way.
Like if you had to pick like a side that you like enjoy more.
Probably Exorcist.
Okay.
Those are tend to be creepy.
Did
But
you like the Conjuring movies?
Yeah, I did. I'm not. Maybe not like the cliche like, oh, they get a pope and then they exorcise. So I mean, like,
Right.
but I do like people getting taken over, doing some crazy shit.
That's a clip.
Like so one of the movies that we watched that wasn't very good was Smile.
Oh yeah.
A shitty
Terrible
movie.
ending.
Shitty movie.
But the
I
first-
predicted the ending of the movie halfway through. Everyone here, except for Neil, can verify that.
No.
It was to a T. I predicted it.
But
Don't listen to her.
I'll give like the first 30 minutes maybe were like kind of sick.
Yes.
right? So that's what I like, where people are doing weird things for some reason. No one knows why. Oh shit, let's find out. So yeah, so maybe I guess I just kind of said maybe not Exorcist, but yeah, because growing up I've always had this. I don't know where it came from. I guess because all kids do, but yeah, just irrational fear of the dark. The things that are lurking that aren't. Kind of. So I would say I've grown out of it mostly. Maybe you know, the whole reason these movies scare me, because there probably is a little bit some left. But yeah, because you know, throughout the day or throughout the night week I can just walk in the dark at night. It's fine. It's totally fine. But for some reason in the movies they just, you know, they get me. So it's cool. It's like a nice little adrenaline rush, nice little kick.
Do you guys have favorite, like all-time favorites, or among, all-time favorites, inside like a top 5 if you had to.
For horror movies,
Mm-hmm.
specifically, I would say The Ritual for me.
The Ritual.
Yeah,
Oh,
Frank loves The Ritual.
I love The Ritual.
the Netflix one, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
With the deer guy.
Yeah, I've seen that thing like 4 or 5 times.
Really?
Yeah. I don't get tired of it,
Wow.
which is weird for me. But yeah, it's everything I want in a horror movie, really.
Interesting. Okay, I remember I did watch it. I think I liked it. I didn't love it as much as you.
Yeah,
but,
no,
like, that's-
understandable. I'm not. I don't think it's like a ballpark home run for everybody, but I think it does everything.
You
it
know,
needs
it's- it's
it
solid.
may
It's a
be
solid movie.
similar to The Void for me, like how you're describing it. Like I think objectively, I would say The Void is like a 6 or a 7 out of 10. But I just like really really love it has like a special place, like in my heart.
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
cool.
I'm also just a huge fan of like Guillermo del Toro's stuff and like his monster like philosophy and like how like a monster has to change somehow.
The Ritual was Guillermo del Toro.
No. It wasn't, but
Oh.
like I was getting the same kind of feeling, with the monster.
Just that concept.
Yeah.
Okay.
like,
I was about to say. I was like, what?
No.
No.
I mean, I always fall back on like Guillermo del Toro's monsters, and like if a monster in a movie can make me feel like it does when I'm watching Guillermo stuff, then it checks the
I mean,
box for
when
me.
it comes to that stuff, he's like, you can't beat him.
Oh no, he's top.
Did you go down the rabbit hole of Ritual? What the monster was? Something to do with Loki?
Yeah. They don't explain it too much in the movie, but like he's like a bastard son of Loki, the Norse god.
The monster.
Yeah, some sort of weird offshoot, because like in Norse mythology, like Loki gives birth to Fenrir, the wolf, and I think the snake too, somehow. Like he's the world eating snake.
Not
Jorgen Munder.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
about to say
no.
Giganta. That's a magic card.
Not that one. Yeah. I think Jorgen Munder. I don't remember exactly, but yeah. So
It is
like
Jorgen, yeah.
yeah. So like it's like it's such a weird fucking monster. It's so cool looking. It's like deer-like, but like its head it looks like a shrine almost.
Yeah.
And like, oh man, it's creepy.
The
Creepy
monster
shit.
design is super cool from what I remember.
Yeah, and like as you watch the movie more things about the monster kind of like become apparent, and like
Yeah, it's a cool movie. I've seen it a few times too. It's pretty cool. I liked it.
I don't.
I think a movie that we all commonly hail is Hereditary.
Oh yeah, Hereditary is up there for
Hereditary.
me.
Oh,
Holy
boy.
macaroni!
Oh,
that is
yeah.
a top tier movie.
Boy,
Pretty good. Yeah, I learned recently. I can't even back this up. I just saw it somewhere, but he like actually broke his nose in that one scene when he's at the
Oh,
school.
yeah.
Yeah, that was cool.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he slammed
Yeah,
his
he-
head
he-
down on the
Oh.
desk
I mean,
so
was-
hard.
that
I
was
mean
not
that
a-
does. That it did look very painful in a very like visceral, real way.
Yeah,
So I was like, oh,
that was scary. It's like holy, just for someone to be able to do that. So
fun fact, that was I think Alex Wolf
Yes.
from the Naked Brothers band.
yeah.
Yeah.
I found that out like later. I was like,
Yeah, me too. I
Yeah.
didn't recognize him at first, and then it hit me.
See, like, bruh, like his name is on the credits. Like, hello. How do you not recognize this man?
It just didn't click that he was. I was like, oh yeah, it's Naked Brothers band. But, yeah, Hereditary is really good.
great movie. So.
I'm actually surprised that you of all people like Hereditary,
I-
because like I know it's like not jump scare whatever, but like that's like a really fucked up creepy movie, man.
Oh,
I feel
yeah,
like
I mean-
there's a lot of jump scare. Well, not jump scares
No.
per se, but there's like super poignant, scary moments though. That
Shocking
kind-
moments.
yeah,
I'm
that kind of act like a jump scare almost.
kind, but they're not jump scares though.
I see.
So which is nice. I just don't like the cheap ass jump scare.
Right.
It's just like it's just there for shock value. But I mean, Hereditary was, a fantastic movie. I was terrified the entire time. So
Mm-hmm.
I mean that's number one thing that a horror movie has to do. For me,
Yeah.
at least,
It's awesome.
scare me. The minute it stops being scary, I'm like 2 out of 10.
I always go back and forth on between Hereditary and Midsummer, which one I like more.
Oh yeah.
Some days I like
Midsummer's good,
Midsummer
too.
a lot more. Some days I like Hereditary more. But like they're both just like
I
insane.
don't think Midsummer was like scary though for me. You
It
know
was
what I mean?
it was definitely like it was more just like the entire time I was just thinking this is fucked up. Like, this
Right.
is really fucked up.
Right.
You were just kind of it was very like
It's sort of
very
like
much anticipation the entire movie.
Yeah,
You're just
yeah.
kind of holding your breath a little
Yeah,
bit, even in
yeah.
like kind of the nicer scenes.
Yeah.
Not so much as Hereditary, of course, but
And there was always the constant feeling of unease, easiness until
yeah.
like the very end, which was like ultimate uneasy. Like what's happening?
yeah.
But
Oh,
no,
yeah.
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 But like with Hereditary, I think I felt fear for sure while I was watching some of those scenes, and I was like,
Yeah, no, it's like there's some scenes in that movie that I cannot believe they actually they showed, right? Because usually in like any other horror movie, it would just be implied or off screen. But they like actually show some shit. I'm like, God, okay, like,
Yeah.
I'm with this.
Who's the director? He's so good.
It was
Aster.
Ari Aster.
Ari
Ari
Aster.
Aster. I really want to. I really wanted to see his
Oh,
new
Beau
one.
is Afraid.
Yeah,
I really want
with-
to watch
yeah,
that one
with
too.
Joaquin Phoenix. He's got a new one coming out too. Pretty
Already?
soon. Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know if it's. I don't think it's horror, but it's like.
I think he's trying to move away from not like move away from it completely, but he wants to explore a lot more
Yeah.
different avenues.
do some
before-
other stuff. Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, because I don't think Beau is Afraid is really like horror. Just got some like weird aspects to it. And this next one he's got coming out seems more like a comedy with some abstract stuff.
I did
going
hear
on.
that he wanted to like stray into more like a comedy type thing.
Yeah, no, I respect either way. If you can do, you could be like what's his name, Jordan Peele. So
Oh yeah,
do all that shit.
Oh yeah,
you know?
Get Out is like fantastic. I think
Yeah.
that's like maybe not like traditional scary movie, obviously for obvious reasons, but very
it's much more
it's done well.
like thriller esque in its like base.
Yeah.
I think let's see. Yeah, he's did he release another one before Nope? As in like because I saw Get Out, I saw This Is Us, and then was there another one before Nope?
No.
no,
Okay.
not that he directed.
Okay. Nope.
No, but
I really like Nope a lot.
Frank,
that's a monster movie for
yeah.
sure.
It's I was gonna say in terms of monster movies, I'm very surprised you did not mention
The
John
Thing.
Carpenter's The Thing.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it was in the back of my brain the whole time though. We just hadn't gotten to it. but
That's
yeah.
like that's I think that's my
Oh yeah, no, that is straight up in the top 5 for sure.
yeah,
Yeah, we
Yeah.
watched that as a house. Was it 2 years ago?
We did, yes.
At some point
so,
for
yeah.
sure.
excellent fucking movie.
Great movie.
So
yeah.
good.
Effects still hold up.
Still gross.
So
Still
good.
yeah. I mean, it still looks. Was it 80s? It definitely looks its age for me, but
God,
I'm not mad about that.
Might even be like late 70s, honestly.
Oh, really? Okay. Wow.
Because I mean it's got young Kurt Russell.
I mean, still very,
John Carpenter.
very cute.
It definitely was in 80s. I don't think.
Okay.
Uh,
I could be wrong.
oh wait, no. I think this is where it was tripping us up. It's 82.
Yeah.
So very early.
Early 80s.
Because I was thinking, I was like, 80s seems too recent, but also I'm not picturing like the number 1970 something. Like
Yeah.
that seems wrong. Like,
No, like 90s have a distinct feel, 80s have a distinct feel.
This
late
basically
70s,
like
early 80s is very hard.
yeah. This defined the 80s. I think that's what like
100%.
God, yeah. Yeah, you know, another movie that I really liked a lot. I think I showed you Francine, you and Tommy that movie, or I recommended it. But it's called Before I Wake. It's about a boy that whenever he dreams comes to
Oh,
life.
yeah.
Whenever he falls asleep and he dreams, things come to life. And he gets adopted by these two parents that just recently lost their kid a couple years ago. And they find out that he's got this magical power. The only downside, whenever he has nightmares, his nightmares come to life too. And he has a reoccurring nightmare that comes up.
Yeah.
They find out.
okay.
And I watched that with some friends up in Bellingham. Oh my god, I watched so many horror movies with them. They really like horror movies a lot. Subjected me to a lot of classic movies. But we just tried that one night because we were like, oh, fuck it, we don't know. And like going into a blind, we were so impressed with just like the story. Like it had like a really good beginning, middle, and end. I feel like really good resolution, which is I feel like it's really hard for a horror movie to do, to have a good ending.
And what was it called again?
Before I Wake.
Before
Right,
I
yeah.
Wake. Okay.
That one I did watch it, but it was not my favorite. I might
Yeah,
add.
you
I
and
didn't.
Tommy didn't like it that much, but
No.
but I mean I thought it was fantastic, and the monster as well did the Guillermo thing for me. It was just like they had you got the initial scary monster, it changes, and then like it was a symbolic thing as well, which I really liked.
Do you remember why you didn't like it?
It didn't like, it felt really cheap to me. Like you said, like it had a really good beginning, middle, end. For me, like I think the beginning was its strongest for sure. Like it captivated me. But then towards the middle, I think I lost interest. And then I think I predicted what was going to happen, you know? And then so it kind of lost me at that point. But
we should watch it again because I mean honestly I may have just been so impressed because I came
Sure.
with absolutely no expectations.
Yeah,
And
I've never
then-
seen it, so yeah, we can throw it in
sure.
there, throw it in the mix.
But I just want to add,
I remember liking it a lot.
because I don't think we've mentioned any international movies, but international, like Japanese horror movies are like some of my top fave. And even like I would mention, even though I've seen The Wailing like a billion times, so it's lost its scary feature for me. But I like when I first watched that movie, it did something to me. I was like, like it really like invigorated the scary movie.
Yeah,
You know,
that
for
was
me.
The
Korean.
Wailing. The Wailing.
No,
is
yeah, I
fucked
know.
up.
That was Korean as well, but
No,
but
yeah.
yeah, no, I get what you're saying. Yeah,
The thing that I love about that though is that this seems to be a sort of almost a trope in especially Asian horror movies, is that they always tie it to something related to just like not just like fear.
Oh,
yeah.
Not just scary for the
Yeah.
sake of scary, because that's part of what made The Wailing so effective for me, was that it was very much like a story about a father's like sorrow and fucking sadness, that like I guess well, I mean, if you haven't watched it by now, but anyways, there's a scene at the end with like the dad that just sort of crushed me.
Oh yeah.
And it was equal parts scary, but also like, oh my god, I am so like depressed right now because this is like the saddest thing I've ever seen.
Right.
he's probably like the most relatable horror movie character I've seen in a long time.
Yeah.
He's just at the beginning, like when creepy shit starts happening, he's just like, I don't want to deal with this shit. And then like when it affects him, he's like, fuck, all right, I gotta do
Yeah,
I gotta do
do it.
something.
Yeah.
You know, I have to do something. But my family's involved now.
Does anyone here have any horror movies or like, you know, in that space that you have watched but you maybe think that like nobody else or very few other people that you know have watched that you would recommend? Like for me, example would be The Void that I mentioned before. That'd be an example.
There was like some movies early on that I watched that are in my arsenal that made me love scary movies. And one that comes to mind, I think it's a Japanese or it could be Korean, I forget. But it's called The Two Sisters. And it's about...
Sounds Japanese.
It might be Japanese, but I don't know. Don't quote me on that one. But it's definitely an Asian movie. And it's about like a family who moves into this new house. And for whatever reason, these two sisters are like thick as thieves, but like things go down in the house where like that relationship kind of gets severed a little bit here and there. And like, I don't want to spoil anything about that, but there's like a huge twist at the end. And I'm like, I think that's one movie that made me love scary movies that do something different, right? Like, because like with Hereditary, like all that shit that goes down in that movie, like I'm just like, yes, give me some of that, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I already said Before I Wake, but if I had to do another one, I mean, I really like, I think it's, what is it called? American Werewolf in London a lot.
Oh my God.
I think you've mentioned that before.
Yeah,
just,
it's
like
like-
in conversation.
It's a classic at the time, but I feel like nobody really brings it up anymore. Maybe it's not as scary as it used to be, but I remember watching it several years ago, and I mean, it won an award for its practical effects. And like the werewolf transformation is one of the most gruesome transformations I've ever seen in my life. And it's a really cool movie.
Oh wait, I think I've either seen, like, you maybe sent a clip of it or you were talking about it before.
Yeah,
It sounds very familiar. The
it's
way that you're
really
describing
good.
it.
Yeah, it's like it's two Americans, two American best friends hiking in London, and they get attacked by a werewolf, and that. And then they gotta, and then the main character wakes up about a month later in the hospital after being in a coma, and his friend's dead. And then he's got like piece together like what's going on, and it goes on from there. It's really good. We should add to the list, Brandon.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I just need to. It's A Tale of Two Sisters.
A Tale of Two Sisters. Well, that's definitely Japanese now.
Yeah. Nope, it's Korean.
Oh, never mind.
Well.
It's definitely
Sorry.
Korean. Dude, another movie too that's not, I wouldn't say it's scary, but it's like kind of like spooky-ish, is like Handmaiden. I think I showed you that movie.
I love that movie.
It's amazing.
Yeah. That one's Korean.
Yes.
That one's definitely Korean. I know that one's Korean.
Yeah. See, and the thing about these movies is that I think there's like some Japanese dialect in there. That's why it's like messing me up. Because
yeah.
I know in Handmaiden they do speak Japanese, and I think in the beginning.
It does also seem like a very Japanese movie when you look at like trailers and stuff for it.
Right.
It's like a very Japanese style story.
It's interesting how many Japanese elements are in Korean horror movies. Now that I think about it, because Wailing has a Japanese character
Oh yeah.
that like the citizens of the Korean town are very xenophobic towards.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's kind of strange. Maybe it has to do something with the history.
Yeah, I
I
know,
mean-
right? It's so crazy.
I don't want to speak for the country.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it makes sense. It just was.
But yeah, Handmaidens is
Interesting.
about, do you remember a girlie? It comes from like a poor village and is like hired by a very wealthy family to like take care
Oh,
of the wife.
think so. Yeah, it was like yeah.
Hence the name Handmaiden.
She and the princess or whatever, like kind of have a thing for each other, right?
Yeah, and like
Is that
run
the
off
one?
together. Yeah.
Yes, I do remember that one. Yes, that was
Spoilers, by the way. For
no, that's like the main point of the movie, I think.
Anyway.
Redacted. We'll edit that out.
Right.
Okay, so it wasn't obscure or anything, but I think a lot of people, I was actually pretty irritated because people in the theater that I watched it in, they walked out because it wasn't what they thought. They thought it was going to be more of like a, traditional sort of jump scare heavy horror movie, but The Witch.
I love that movie.
Oh,
That is so good.
Dude, such a good fucking movie. I love that shit. And then, of course it was like, the teenagers or whatever, they were talking during the entire time. And it's very slow burn. It's like the most slow burn horror / thriller I think I've ever seen. And there's one, I can only recall like one proper jump scare that's not even supposed, it's not like, ching! Like
Yeah,
not
I
that
don't
type of
know.
thing. It was literally like how movies used to do it, like Halloween, where a guy like literally just comes out up like behind a dude and then he like scares him, but it's also a jump scare like indirectly. It was
yeah.
that type of jump scare where it was very coincidental. It wasn't like they were trying to scare you. Like it's something that like literally just would make sense that it like happened, right? But anyways, that didn't happen until like the end of the movie. But I remember like people were they were like bored and stuff, and it's like, yeah, okay, I get it. Like, yeah, you probably wanted some Evil Dead type shit, but like
It's
come
also in
on,
like
bro.
old English, so maybe it's like hard for like simpletons to.
I thought that was so cool though, because like
Understand.
the accents were so cool and they
Right.
did all the dialect and everything so well, and it just made it so interesting, and it's just like it just immersed me a lot more.
100.
But fucking like, I mean, kids, it's,
So what made it stand out to you? Because I was a simpleton. I thought it was okay.
Oh, sorry, what was the question?
what was it about The Witch that like stood out for you? Because I am on the boat of the simpletons.
He's
where-
uncultured. That's what he said. He's
I
uncultured.
didn't think it was. I wouldn't walk out.
Well,
but I thought it was
because
okay.
as early as 15, I was already
Oh,
drinking
my.
red wine.
Red wine.
So I
That
think
dark
the,
stuff.
the main thing for me was just how I think it was mostly the atmosphere that stood out to me, because it was very clear that everything was very intentional and they tried to make everything pretty authentic. And that sort of time, like Puritan witch trials, sort of that time period, it's already super fucking creepy. And I've always wanted to see kind of a movie type thing that takes place in that setting. So I thought it was more just very, very creepy. And I guess I can see if you're not into slow burn, then it can get sort of boring, because it is like a decently long movie as well. But I think it was just all these small things that kept adding up, and it was like it was almost as if I was tied, and there's like a rope, right? And then it's just like slowly just like inching you towards something, and then it's just like the whole time it's just like something that grips you and just keeps on like tugging at you. Like that's the feeling that I got during that entire thing. And it was like it was to the point where the jump scare genuinely got me, because of like it was all that tension, but then it wasn't like, because it wasn't like the 500th jump scare like of the movie. It was actually like, oh shit, like I was not expecting it at all. And it was actually like a pretty visceral, like gruesome moment on top of it all too. And I think it was just everything around it too. It was just a very good movie for me, because it was clear that everyone involved actually cared, and they wanted to make it, you know, somewhat sort of contextually authentic in that way, like historically. I thought it was just excellent, like all around. Great.
I just want to add to that, like we said that all the dialect is in like Old English, but they didn't speak a lot either.
No,
It was a lot of like looking around, suspenseful music that added to the tension, and I really appreciated that moment, and like the cinematography of all of that kind of
excellent.
contributing to moments like
I think the payoff at the very end too, it had that payoff that you sort of look for in, you know, thriller horrors that you usually watch, but it was also done in a way that, again, within the context of the movie, it felt authentic and like a good ending point, to where it's like, yes, shit hits the fan, but it feels very, very much earned. Like the end, I was like, I remember that ending. I was like wide-eyed. My jaw was like on the. I was like, oh shit, it's happening, and then like it ends, and you're like, oh my god, everything's fucked. Oh shit. But yeah, I definitely like understand it's definitely not for everyone, and I think most horror fans that are more used to that like jump scare heavy, or they want like a more like faster paced, then probably most likely not gonna, you know, either be bored or like, oh my god, I can't even understand what they're saying, right? So it's like, why am I even watching this? So I definitely get it, but I think as it was also because it was just like a good movie to me in general. Like it wasn't just trying to be a horror movie. It was just like quality filmmaking. Yeah.
We might have to add to the list, because I've never actually seen it.
You never seen? Oh,
I think you would like it.
No,
I actually do think that you would like it.
My family watched it, and the only like memory I have, or the only image I have of the movie, is my dad is like, yeah, it was great until like shit started flying, and like at the end of the movie, and, like, because he's like an aerospace engineer, and he's like this shit wouldn't happen. I did the math; it doesn't make any sense. I was like, Dad, okay, tell me how that movie actually was. He's like, no, it's just like, I mean, it was fine up until that point. I mean, but
Like literally, the things that start
like-
flying is literally like the last scene.
I
Okay?
know,
like
I know.
literally
There
the last 5 minutes.
That's what he was saying.
There
yeah.
wasn't a single instance of the International Space Station that,
Right.
that explained any of it. I thought it was.
He was like that. It shouldn't have flown. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. I don't get it. I was fine with everything else until the end.
It's a movie about witchcraft. Like what? The-
I know. That was like his. I was like, okay, good to know.
Are you sure your
Dad,
dad was
thanks.
just fucking with you? Like,
No, he was serious because all my sisters and my mom were like, "Oh my god."
Yeah.
We had the entire other movie to watch. It was one scene at the end. He's like, I don't know, just didn't get it. Just didn't really understand that part. But everything else was fine.
That is such a dad reaction. You know what I mean? Like it's such
Really
a
is.
man reaction.
Yeah, it's just,
Okay, maybe you won't like it.
I'm not an aerospace engineer. I'll be fine with the flying. I don't care.
No, for sure. I'm down to watch it
yeah,
again.
yeah. I will say, like, as previously mentioned, there is a jump scare, but I think it's one of those things where if it's like you watched the original Halloween, Frank? Have you?
I don't think I have actually.
It's
But I think another type of jump scare you're talking about, where like,
it's literally just like a guy that like comes up behind a dude,
Yeah.
and the dude in the scene gets jump scared,
I've
but it's
re-
also like framed in a way that it jump scares the audience. But it's not like it was before all like the ting, like they don't have any of those fucking stupid ass sound effects.
No
Yeah.
music cues.
Yeah,
or anything
yeah.
like
No.
that. Yeah, there's something like that kind of in It Follows.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I know, because I watched that movie so many times as well. But like, yeah, there's just like a doorway. It's pitch black. There's like one character in the doorway, and then like the main character's the only one that can see the monster, and she's like freaking out, like it's in the house, it's in the house. And I was like, nobody's here. And then like right behind that one character in the doorway,
Is the monster.
the giant figure just appears out of the darkness.
Yeah.
And she
like
freaks
then the
out.
music cue like goes and like but it's not like a huge music cue. It's just like it's like a music swell, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
I can talk about It Follows all day too.
I'll
too.
yeah.
That's a good movie.
It's what I will call a natural jump scare, not a budging moment.
A bajing.
Yeah.
Gosh, man. All right. Well, we got
I think
plenty of movies to add to the list.
Yeah,
we just
we-
gotta
We're
watch.
ready.
anyone who's having a spooky month celebration, we got plenty of obscure or popular movies that we just listed that you can go ahead and watch along with us. And I think we're right around time there. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll have plenty of other spooky topics. To
Oh,
talk
yeah.
about later on too.
Yeah.
Yum yum.
We're definitely gonna watch one when we get back.
Oh yeah.
That's right.
Oh,
This is Goosebumps hour.
Yeah. Now we're off to go watch Opal.